Guardians, Privileged Ones, hello and welcome back to the channel for another Destiny 2 episode. In today's video, we've got a brand new trailer to showcase, alongside that filled with a ton of new exotic weapons and armor pieces to showcase and cover, and possibly a new energy weapon type. So with all of this information and facts, check out the trailer and I'll be right back at the end of the video.
They didn't expect that! Like a whirlwind of death! Fantastic work!
Destiny 2 Forsaken, available September 4th. Pre-order and get the Ace of Spades last hand ornament, plus Cade's exotic stash.
Now Guardians, the trailer's over and I am back, and it's time for me to stop being lazy and start talking about these new armor pieces and weapons that were showcased in the trailer. Now there's a lot of stuff that was named and mentioned with actual perks, but I would also like to note that there are a lot of weapons and armor pieces that are very unique in this trailer that were not mentioned by name, but we can definitely speculate they will be exotic thanks to them being in this trailer. So we have a lot of exotics to talk about moving on into the Forsaken DLC expansion. Starting off with the armor pieces, we have three named armor pieces in this trailer. First off being the Titan leg armor exotic, the ANTAEUS Ward, which allows you to slide forward towards an enemy and reflect any projectiles. This is a really big deal because bows are being introduced into the game. Bows are going to be considered a projectile. Rocket launchers are a projectile. And some supers are also constituted as a projectile. So these exotic leg armors might actually reflect supers, which is a big deal, and it's actually really overpowered. Moving on, we've also got an exotic chest armor for the hunters, the 6th Coyote, which allows you to double dodge. Now, this may be a simple idea, but double dodging is really crucial for hunters, and this is a really good maneuverable tactic to be able to use inside, say, the trials, or dodging out of damage and trying to survive. It's a survivability tactic, and being able to run away very quickly is what the hunters are really good at. So you can get the upper advantage in the raid or in the crucible. Moving on, we've also got a chest armor for the Warlock, which will be the Chromatic Fire. The Chromatic Fire, elemental explosions while getting precision kinetic weapon kills. If you have a precision kinetic weapon and you get a precision kill, it will explode as an elemental damage. I'm pretty sure the elemental damage is on whatever subclass for the Warlock you are currently using. So Stormcaller, Voidwalker, and also Dawnblade. Whichever one you're using is whatever the explosion is going to be. This is actually a really cool tactic because this is honestly going to be a very useful exotic in certain situations going on inside of, say, the Nightfalls or the raids when there's a specific damage type that is needed. Now time to move on to my favorite portion of the video, talking about the named and recognized exotic weapons in the trailer, starting off with Trinity GHOUL. an arc-based bow that will allow you to get precision hits and create an electrical storm arc that will damage nearby enemies with an AoE effect. Now, this bow is going to be really good for ad clearing, especially in raids, possibly even nightfalls, and it's going to be a really unique bow to use in the Crucible, as we've already been able to play around with it in the Gambit game mode at Guardian Con and also at E3. Next is an exotic rocket launcher known as Two-Tailed Fox. Fires 2 rockets at once and was also dubbed as the Twin Rabbit from the Dado collection, just like Jade Rabbit, but this time around the name has changed. It was in a live stream, so the perks have already been released, and the 2 rockets are going to be a Void and Solar rocket. The Void rocket in the video is going to suppress, and the Solar rocket is going to explode and also create a fire over time effect, which will burn down enemies. The exotic hand cannon that we all thought was the Thorn is actually known as Maleficence, which is going to allow you to detonate an explosion from each shot. This is also going to be a different Book of Sorrows weapon, so there is obviously going to be a lot of lore backing this weapon with the Book of Sorrows. So all of you lore enthusiasts out there, get excited for the next installment of the Thorn. Black Talon exotic sword up next, and this is going to be a projectile based sword, just like one of the swords we had back in Destiny 1, except this time around it's going to be void based. So you're going to be able to hack and slash away all of your enemies, but you'll also be able to use your heavy attack, and that will shoot a void beam over to the enemies, and there you go. You don't have to get up and close and personal anymore. You just got to use this sword from a distance and launch it just like you would a Dawnblade. Exotic trace rifle up next, known as 1000 Voices. This exotic trace rifle is going to be solar damage, just like Prometheus Lens, but it's going to occupy a different type of ability. It's going to allow you to actually track a beam on a wall or the ground or targets, and that beam will explode into fire. Next up is Wish Ender, an exotic bow and my personal showcased weapon in this trailer, and that is the fact that this exotic bow allows you to see through walls. Enough said. Seeing through walls is a huge advantage, especially in the Crucible, and being able to sight in your weapon and see through walls and actually see when enemies are coming around the corner, that is a huge advantage that I want to take part in. I'm really excited for this weapon exotic, and I really hope that it doesn't get nerfed by Bungie. Last weapon named and showcased in this trailer was the Ace of Spades. No new news there, we already knew the Ace of Spades was returning, but this weapon exotic hand cannon is going to allow you to get a kill, reload, and immediately grant you extra damage bullets in the magazine. This is a really cool perk, and I'm excited for the Ace of Spades to finally return from Destiny 1 to Destiny 2's Forsaken DLC expansion. So Guardians, that was all of the named and mentioned exotics in the trailer. Now, there was a lot of stuff showcased in the trailer that was very unique and looked exotic-esque. And if it wasn't named and mentioned, you can probably speculate right now that will also be exotic moving into the Forsaken DLC expansion. With that being said, there's also a little bit more information we have to go over, and that is the fact that there is also a possible new damage type, and it's a green damage. Unlike Solar being the orange or red damage, Void being purple, and Arc being blue, Kinetic being white, there is a green damage type now, thanks to the exotic hand cannon known as Maleficence. Now, the Trinity GHOUL was obviously showcased as Arc. The 1000 Voices was showcased as Solar. Black Talon was showcased as Void. Ace of Spades obviously Kinetic, but the Maleficence, that was showcased as a weird green and black white aura. This aura kind of looks somewhat Hive-ish or Taken-esque. Now, with that being said, what do you guys think this new damage type is? I wanted to really bring this up in the video because having a new damage type in Destiny also means the possibility for new subclasses. New subclasses for our Guardians and new abilities overall, with even more supers moving forward in Destiny 2. I already know we have 9 new supers coming in Destiny 2, but those are all going to be Void, Solar, and Arc based. So where is this new energy type coming in, and is it a new energy type at all? I want your guys' opinions down below in the comment section. Also, let me know what your favorite weapon showcased in this video was down below as well, and I will see you all in the next video. Stay violent, be privileged.